Hey BookTube, this is the How I Read tag.
I got my ticket for the long way round. 2 bottle whiskey for the way.
I was tagged by Nicole over at Nicole's Adventures in Science Fiction, and I would really recommend that you go check her out because she does these amazing reviews. They're concise, they're brief, she's able to summarize a really complicated plot in a way that I can actually follow. And she just has some really good things to say about the stuff that she reads. Now, she reads a lot of sci-fi, like complicated sci-fi. And that's not really my thing, but honestly, she makes me want to read some of it. So, yeah, definitely go check her out. It would be worth your time. Straight into the tag. Question 1, how do you find out about new books to read? You know, I'm like everybody, all kinds of places. BookTube, Goodreads, walking through a bookstore, especially a closeout store with my Goodreads app on my smartphone. Even the library will feature books from time to time, and I look at those and I pick them up and I think, that looks interesting, and yeah. Question 2, how did you get into reading? Honestly, I don't remember a time when I couldn't read. I don't remember. I do remember my mother sitting at the end of my bed and in the evenings when I was in the 1st grade, and she read to me the book Little Women. That kind of started me on a journey, and I've read ever since then. Question 3, how has your taste in books changed as you've gotten older? My taste has changed dramatically, actually. I started out, you know, in grade school reading things like Little House on the Prairie and, you know, stuff like that. And then as I got into high school, I really kind of got into romance. And I did that because I needed to escape kind of my life. And then as I got into college, I was surrounded with so many people and I was so busy that the thing I read the most was my Bible, honestly. Then as I got older, as I started having kids and my life got busy that way, I would read from time to time. I did a lot of sewing, so I would listen to books in my sewing room as I would sew. So I read a lot of biography and I read a lot of DIY books about how to, you know, do stuff around your house and cookbooks and that sort of thing. But about 2 years ago, my daughter actually recommended that I read The Hunger Games. She wanted Mockingjay for Christmas, so I bought it for her and I asked her what this series was about, and she said, oh, it's so good, and she raved and raved and raved. And then she explained it to me. Here's what she said. She said, it's about these kids that are chosen and they have to go to this arena and kill each other until like one is left. And I looked at her and I said, that sounds terrible. I don't want to read a book about that kind of thing. She goes, oh no, Mom. Oh no. Well, of course, I read them, the whole series, and then I read them again, and then I listened to them on audio, and then I listened to them on audio again, and, you know, that was kind of the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning, when it comes to me and reading YA. YA didn't used to be this good. It used to be kind of juvenile, but now it's just rich, good writing by so many good authors. And, you know, once I got through The Hunger Games, I wanted more. I wanted more dystopia. And then I realized there's so much great stuff out there that I just had to have some more. So I've been reading like crazy ever since. Question 4, how often do you buy books? All the time. I buy books all the time. Any chance I get, if I want a book, I find it and I buy it. Question 5, how did you get into booktubing? Well, actually, I have another channel on YouTube, and I did a lot of tutorials with regard to sewing and cooking and kind of that kind of thing. Now, I haven't paid attention to that for probably 3 years, and that's because I was looking for a review on a book one day. I can't remember what it was. It was probably right after I started getting back into YA and wondered if a book was good. Looked for a review, found it, discovered this entire community of BookTube, and then I realized, you know, I love to talk about books. I could do that, and I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and not a lot of people were talking about those. So I thought, well, there's a niche I can fill, so here I am. Question 6, how do you react when you don't like the end of a book? Well, I've never actually thrown a book across a room, but I have wanted to. And not because of the end, but mainly because of the whole book. And in fact, I'm reading a book right now that's it's an ebook, and if I didn't value my iPad so much, I might throw it across the room. I have to finish it because I said I would review it, but it's terrible. So mainly, you get to the end of a book and you just go, oh, well, that was a waste of time. And then you shake your head and move on because there are just so many other stories out there. Question 7. How often have you taken a sneaky look at the back page of a book to see if it's a happy ending? Okay, all the time. All the time. I do not feel bad about that. I know everyone is probably going, oh my gosh, I'm shocked and appalled. How could you possibly look at the end of the book? Well, I like doing that. I think it's because I enjoy the journey that it takes you on, like the beginning of the book to the end of the book. And the thing is, when I read a page, a lot of times I will go on to the next page and then I'll think, wait a minute, and I want to go back and read it again. And because I listen to a lot of books, it's good to know what the plot is going to do in a general fashion and kind of where you're going to end up, because then I can really digest and take in all the details as I go. It's the same with movies. My family, I'm always asking if they go to see a movie and I didn't see it, then I'll say, well, tell me what happened. And they're all like, I don't want to spoil it for you. And I'm like, why? Why not? Would I have asked if I didn't want it spoiled? So, like I say, it's about knowing what's going to happen so that each detail that happens along the way, you can really, really let it soak in and really thoroughly enjoy it. So, yeah, that's just how I am. Question 8, how many people are you going to tag and who are they? I have no idea. I have no idea off the top of my head, but I can tell you this. I will list a bunch of people in the description box, so check that out to see if you've been tagged. Beyond those people that I tag in the description box, I want you to consider yourself tagged. If you haven't done this tag, jump in. Just do it. It's a lot of fun, so... That's it for now from me, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my walk. You're gonna miss me by my talk. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.